Hello, my name is Roxanne Morris. I'm currently a junior at ASU. I'm going into my final year, so I'll be done in spring of 2020. Um, I had previously taken a class with Professor Short before, his social psychology class. I thought that was really fun, and he talked about his positive psychology class that he taught, so I decided to take it in the summer since, you know, the graduation is just right around the corner and I kind of want to be done with school already. Um, So I am also usually on the shyer side, so like I'm kind of like keep to myself. Like another one of my classmates or my peers in the same class. I saw her video earlier. So I wasn't really sure what I was getting into when I signed up for the class, but I just kind of have to deal with it and get over with it so that I can graduate on time. Um, this is kind of like an interesting introduction kind of. So it's pretty new to me to like do this kind of thing because it's usually like who you are, where you from, what are you majoring in. Um, so this is fun. Um, I guess the time that I see me being like my best self or like the best that I can be, I guess, was pretty recently. So to kind of preface, I'm kind of like an Uber Eats or a Lyft for my family, basically. So I take care of a lot of the errands when like they can't, or I go out to grab the food when we kind of like not in the mood to cook. So my mom had ordered from a restaurant ahead of time, so while I was out, I could just go pick up the food and come home, and we can just have lunch and go about our day. So when I got there, it was around like lunch rush time, so about noon ish. Um, there was a woman who had come in. She had not previously called in an order, nor did she order online. So when the cashier asked her the name that the order was under, she said that she didn't have one, and the line for the dine-in line was already like starting to pile up, and she needed to make sure that the cashier needed to make sure that the dine-in line was taken care of before she could take care of her takeout order. So she had politely asked her to step into the dine-in line. And the woman who had come in to order takeout food immediately like got upset. Like the cashier woman needed to immediately help her when she got there. I was just appalled because I myself am a minimum wage worker. So to be in that position where you just have a customer like yelling at you, and there's nothing you can do or say to them. All you can say is that you'll help them when you help them, and there's nothing you can do about like policies or anything. And so the woman just starts getting mad at the cashier, saying, "I don't know why you guys have a takeout line anyway if you can't help me when I need to be helped." She had already not ordered anything online or called in anyway, so she would still have to end up going into the dine-in line to be able to order takeout. And I stepped in because it's kind of an uncomfortable situation when a customer is yelling at you and you're not able, as a person who works there, to say anything to the customer and like risk upsetting them and them like calling corporate and like you getting in trouble. So I told the woman, I was like, like if you had previously ordered before, like it's not that big of a deal for you to just come in and grab your food, but you didn't order before, so it's not okay for you to just yell at her. She doesn't make a lot of money, and it's not like okay to treat her with like disrespect just because she can't help you immediately when you need help. And the woman, she gets really upset and just like starts yelling at me too, and I'm there and I'm the only one who can say anything to like help the cashier because nobody else is saying anything to the way that the woman is treating the cashier. And I can see like before I started to help, like she was getting really uncomfortable because there was nothing she could do about it. She couldn't tell her that she wasn't she couldn't tell her that she couldn't immediately help her because the dine-in line was long, and like there was really nothing she could do. Like regardless, she would have to go into that line. So I told her that like it would just be easier if you would go into the dine-in line, and it wouldn't be that difficult for you to order your food takeout, and it would have been a lot easier, and there wouldn't be such a big problem if you had either ordered online or called in first. But it's not okay for you to speak to a minimum wage worker with the amount of disrespect that she was showing her. And I just, like, coming from a person who has worked minimum wage for a while, it's just not okay for the way people treat minimum wage workers. You know, they don't make a lot of money in the first place, and to be yelled at by someone about policies that are out of your control is just completely ridiculous. So I thought I'd help her out, because when I was being yelled at as a minimum wage worker, nobody really, like, stood up for me or, like, helped me, because it is, like, a really uncomfortable situation. So that's just a story about what I thought was my best self.